Why is no one even thinking about why we're not living off the land? Why are we paying for fruits that grow on the trees? Why are we paying for vegetables that grow out the ground? Like, why are we doing some of the things that we are doing?
Like you lost another.
Come study me, come see intelligence, come see perfection, come see excellence. Only in competition with myself, others are irrelevant.
Hi, my beautiful people, big up yourselves. I'm back with another video today. I wasn't actually going to drop anything today, but you know, the way that it works and things plays out, when certain things happen in this world, I feel compelled to talk within reason. You know, I love to spread love and positivity on this channel, but we also do talk about some of the stuff that is going on. And that's how I feel that we can keep our vibrations and frequencies high. Be very aware. Most of you that are on my channel watching already, I'm pretty sure you're already aware of certain things that are going on in the world. I keep saying to you that there's a lot of conquer and divide. You know, I speak on these topics, and sometimes my videos do not reach as many masses as I'd like, because as you know, a lot of positive content, you know, is not always kind of pushed the way that it is pushed when it comes to negative and gossip and cutesy stuff, you know, but nothing cutesy about what I'm about to talk to you about, but it is like things that are going on here in the UK. Very important topic to talk about, which is that the UK has now introduced digital IDs. They have said, or Keir Starmer, I forget about this guy sometimes, you know, because he's just he's not forgettable with the imprint that he's leaving here in the UK, but yeah, I don't know.
And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Like, I'm going to be using some notes because I don't want to get anything wrong. And let me just say, before we even get into this video, I'm not here. I'm all here for debate, discussion. I love your comments. I love to talk about it. But you'll know why, because it's going to go into immigration and that kind of thing. And I'm not here for the negativity, all here for everyone's opinions. But anything that is racist or anything like that will be removed. Those comments will be removed. I wanted to say the government has announced plans to introduce a digital ID system across the UK, with Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer saying it will ensure the country's borders are more secure. Let's hold that point, stick a pin. This is exactly what, the minute I saw this morning, first thing I thought, oh, there's a whole saying in it, like create something in it and then create the solution. Yeah, so they've basically, a lot of things is fear mongering. A lot of things, I always say to you, it's been set, it's a plan to divide and conquer. And with the whole immigration, and people are coming on boats, and people are here illegally, and people come here and they don't want to work, and people are here and they're committing crimes, and blah, 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 blah. And then if you're not aware, in the UK, there's a lot of, this is our country, there's been a lot of flying the flags, which I'm all here for, being proud of your country. I always say, when I go to Morocco and places like that, I see them flying their country. I don't see any problems or issues with it. I haven't commented on this, but my take on it is, when you're telling people to go back to your country, and when it comes, when it says F Allah, and when it comes with saying things against Muslims or anyone that's not Christian, and when it comes to do with the color of your skin, the country you came from, when it comes to do with wars in people's countries, when we're talking like this, and then putting up the flag and shouting go back home, and then it becomes a problem for me. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference between being proud of your country, waving the flag, and just being downright ignorant. A lot of people, it's ignorance. A lot of people, it's racism. Yeah. And a lot of it has been embedded into people and imprinted, and they don't even realize that you're being pitted against each other, because the minute that we're divided, they can implement things like this and many more other things. Whether or not this is anything, you know, I feel like we've gone through the mark of the beast times where we're in it. That's my take on it. You know, because there's a lot of things about digital ID, the mark of the beast, and all that. Listen, this is about control. This for me is what they've been wanting to do all along. I ain't dumb. And for this to launch, you haven't even given it time to settle and marinate. They didn't even give it time to settle and marinate before they came with this one. Yeah. So it says the IDs will not have to be carried day to day, but they will be compulsory for anyone wanting to work. You cannot work in the UK now if you don't have a digital ID. I find it so strange because a lot of people that are immigrants have come from certain countries. Some don't work, some can't work. A lot of people that do come here do work and put so much into the UK. You know, again, we'll go back to the flag thing, for example, and then ironically, we're seeing people buying curries and certain foreign foods and the rest of it. You know,
get out of my country, man. Let me get that. Let me grab that Indian street food. Oi, look, it's popping over here. It is popping over here. They probably never made so much. They probably never made so much money. Ah, God bless them, man.
It's just, to me, very ignorant, and I feel a lot of people, even when they do attempt things like this, they are trying to stand up for their country, and I get that. You do want Britain to be British, but then you will say something like someone that, to me, who was born here, to go back to my country, you know, make it make sense. And that is happening. A lot of stuff is happening. I don't really want to talk about it, but I know, just a little context, that I know that certain people have been hurt. Just lots of attacks have been happening, or reportedly, allegedly happened. No, not allegedly, I've seen the videos, has been happening. Racism has never left the UK, you know what I mean? Racism has never left the world. Ignorance has never left the world. But I feel like with education and understanding and not feeding into everything that you're getting off social media, the news, the government, like, you need to be able to think for yourself here, you know? I think there is a great deal of thinking for yourself. And can I just also say, what's quite ironic about the F Allah is that you're saying F God. Allah is God. It's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. So as I say to you, it's a lot of ignorance. It's a lot of ignorance. You go around the world and there's cultures, and there's ethnicities, there's cultures, there's religions from all different walks of life. But now it's become a problem. And the thing is as well, there's a lot of people that are all right with the wars that are going on. They're all right with it. It ain't your country. Keep out of it. It's nothing to do with the UK. Well, it is. It is when the UK gets involved, and when the UK supplies certain things to aid other countries in the way of war. When the UK has actually gone with their army to get involved in business that doesn't concern them, or they feel concerns them. When the UK has invaded certain countries, you know. And then again, you've got people here through slavery, through the Windrush, through all kinds of things, incentives for us to come here and work. Do you get it? Like, my grandparents came here to work. Like, make it make sense. And now you want us to go back. People have helped build this country. People help build many countries. And really, what I don't like, I'm going to actually be real in this video, as real as I can get here on YouTube. What I don't like is we should all be harmonious in this world together. We don't own a thing. We own the world together, and we should be all caring and looking after and putting in and living off the land together. Why is no one even thinking about why we're not living off the land? Why are we paying for fruits that grow on the trees? Why are we paying for vegetables that grow out the ground? Like, why are we doing some of the things that we are doing? You have to really, really think about it. If you can get a boat to just go to another country, like, why are you being penalized from traveling and going places? But it was all right for Christopher Columbus to go and rock up on people's countries and say that he claimed it. That's just like a little nugget in the ocean. That's like a little fragment of what goes on here when we talk about history and the rest of it. So, my hair's just getting a bit wild. So for me, the digital ID thing is just like crazy. It's not crazy. We're waiting for it. I know, we're ready. We're ready out here, but are you ready? It says the government says the scheme will be rolled out by the end of the parliament, meaning before the end of the general election, which by law must be held no later than August the 29th. Yeah, comment section's going wild. Maybe I'll share some of the comments. I always like to see what people are saying. We'll share some of the comments. It says, why is the government introducing digital IDs? The digital IDs will be used to prove a person's right to live and work in the UK. They will take the form of an app-based system stored on smartphones in a similar way to the NHS app or digital bank cards. Information on the holder's residency, status, name, date of birth, nationality, and a photo will be included in announcing the scheme. Here, say you will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have your Jamaican, your digital ID. It's that simple. It's as simple as that. So I raise these questions. For years now in this country, we've had NI numbers, right? National insurance numbers. You couldn't work without the national insurance number, pretty much the same. Could they not just make that into like, have a photo on it, on the system? Like, and why are we getting everything into the phones? Why is everything going into these devices? Stick a pin. I'm seeing a lot of people are transitioning back to old school Nokia devices, old school unencrypted devices, old school Sony Ericsson type style devices. People are wanting to get away from social media and from these phones that are just physically tracking us. Don't tell me they don't track us. Don't tell me that I'm, what is it? They said, they try to say metal hat or whatever, like I'm crazy or a conspiracy theorist. I'm not. Because I'll be talking to somebody and next thing you'll show me ads about it or something pops up about it. I was just talking in a room with my friends. Why are you doing that? They're very, very advanced, you know? And it's crazy to me. We have passports. We have to have, now there's apparently a chip in your passport. They did all of this stuff. Yeah, create a panic and create a solution. That is what they're doing. So don't panic, my friends. Do not panic. It's all okay. But what we need to start doing is thinking for ourselves. I urge you to use the brain that God gave you, okay? To think for yourself and understand that with love, we can conquer everything. I know I'm always saying this. With love, we can conquer everything. Using our brains, we can conquer everything. Don't be a sheep out here in these streets, because I'm telling you, yeah, if you've learned anything from the big C that we had in 2020, that is the first test to see if people will follow certain things. That's my belief, you know, when we had lockdowns and stuff. And YouTube, I'm giving my thoughts. I'm an individual that has my own brain. I know as well, these platforms, sometimes things, it might just sit on a couple of views, but even if just 20 people see this video, it may resonate. You know, I always say, someone out there needs to hear this, so I don't care, you know? And I always say it's therapy. Doing my videos is kind of like therapy, speaking it out. I feel like I'm talking to you, my friends, my tribe. And I like to talk about it. You know, that's the beauty of being a human being, is that we all can have a thought process for ourselves. We can talk amongst each other. We can disagree. This is what I don't get. We can disagree, but why must we argue and fight? Why must we argue and fight? And can I say, like, I've been for the longest while, I am very much so. I've always said to you guys on my other platforms that I'm looking to, yeah, I want to eventually leave anyway. Somewhere like I'm an off-grid girly. I'd love to live off-grid, but I'm someone that is definitely putting the thought process and the investigation into, like, I'm researching into, okay, as I get older, where am I going to end up moving to and living? And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be UK. I'm sorry. That's a sorry to my family. I'm always telling them, they know already. But I think more than now, well, actually, you know what I mean? We've got Landing Yard. Don't play with me. Brick by brick. Brick by brick by brick. But wherever I go, you know what I mean? I just think you have to think about how things are going to progress as time goes on. We recently had that alarm as well, which my phone, it was switched off on most of my devices. There was one old school device that my son was playing with, and that alert went off. I was like, dang, I didn't disable that one. Because back during the lockdown days, they tried to say they were doing something like that, and I did the settings. I always reject the settings, but yeah, they're trying to prepare us for something. I keep saying that, you know. Another video, they're trying to prepare us for something. This is going to be a video where I actually speak about a few other topics actually whilst I'm here. So I also saw in Florida now that they've got the right to carry anywhere on the street, anywhere.
About this shit 2 days ago, dog. We at Walmart. Open carry is for real, dog. He just got done talking to the sheriff about this shit, man.
Anywhere on the street, like open carry, like, yeah, I got my gat and I'm going into Walmart, going into Target and I got my gat. Like, what is that for? What are we trying to protect ourselves from? So are they trying to make us like end each other? Like, what's that about? Stick it in. Then I'm seeing a lot of alien type stuff and sightings and beings in the sky and spaceships and lights. I've seen lights with my own eyes and with my friend. I've seen lights in the sky. Like I'm not tripping, and I know I went high. I see lights in the sky. I see all these posts. I see King Panama. If you don't know about King Panama, shall I even drop in a bit about King Panama? King Panama.
Luces en el cielo. Tres luces en el cielo que son.
King Panama basically claims to have found something from a meteorite which grew into some venom looking thing. Now, I don't think that it is real. I don't think it is real. You know, I don't think it is real, but it's very funny that there's a little Simpson thing. And I feel like even when these things are pushed, it's pushing because I say they're preparing for something that they're going to come out with, or for something that's happening. You know, these things, we've never just, and this is my opinion, we've never been the only ones in this realm. We've never been the only ones on Earth, in this world, in this universe. You know, for us, it's very ignorant for us to just think it's just us human beings on this round globe walking around, stressing people about land, and stressing people about how far they can go, and stressing people with digital ID, and stressing people. Yeah. They probably live better than us. They probably, well, they would, I'm damn sure they live better than us, right? And they can live amongst themselves with no fighting, no war, no chaos. What are your thoughts anyway? Quick video. I'll be back very soon. And as I say, keep the comments cute. Any stupid comments, I'm not going to delete them. I'm going to ignore them, because I feel like sometimes you can show yourself up for who you are. Show yourself up if you want to do that, if you think you're bad in it, and show yourself up if you want to look like an ignorant fool. We can have discussions in this world, but we can live in harmony. Okay? Have a blessed day. Bye.